If you're driving, please remember to use your car's Bluetooth speaker while listening to the AM Drive. Sports talk is not worth your safety or the safety of others.
Grab your popcorn and sit back.
Jump the gun. Oh, no, give me more than that. Okay, go this way. That was dumb. We are.
How could I tell you when nobody wants to? Your favorite words I will choke.
Happy Monday to everyone in the sports universe. It is May the 30th, 2022. This is the AM Drive on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and we are live. For Sammy Ashton and Aaron Crouch, I am Michael Carvelis saying, what's up, guys?
Happy Memorial Day, you guys.
Woo.
Yes, absolutely. Happy Memorial Day to all of us here, and a special, obviously, shout out to those who have fallen, and we remember them and we salute you.
Amen. I think even the baseball guy who's doing a protest, so he's actually suspending his protest for this day. So that was kind of a nice gesture by him, the baseball manager. But hey, who's got the best morning show?
These guys.
You.
Guys. All right. And Sammy's part of the morning show too. I'll just say you, Sammy. You're part of it as well. Well, in order to find the best merchandise and the lowest price merchandise for the best morning show, go to amdrive.online and get awesome hoodies, tumblers, mugs, shirts, all with our wonderful faces on them. You will not regret it. Quality's great. It's cheap. Support us. Best way to do it. Amdrive. Woo! Love it. And that black mug is slick, dude.
I do agree. Yeah, it's pretty freaking nice. I mean, it's only, what, $12, $13 on the shop? I mean, you can't beat it. You buy that with a hoodie. You know, it makes the shipping a little more bearable. The shipping's like, what, $5? But the more things you buy, I think it's all $5, like shipping everything. So, I mean, you can't beat it. So, I mean, here's a 3-pack right here. Nice for someone's birthday or Christmas.
There you go,
coffee mug and tumbler. Bang. The three amigos right there.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Lewis. How about that? Check it out.
Amen, brother. Thanks, Captain Lou.
That's right. All right, so let's get to Sammy's worst of the weekend.
My worst of the weekend is a sport I don't generally watch, but anytime you hear the words fans and pepper sprayed used together, I feel like it deserves some attention. Apparently, the fans of Liverpool at the end of the beginning of the UEFA Cup match got pepper sprayed by the security team at Stadia de France for trying to enter the stadium using fake tickets. And that's what the stadium is saying. The fans are saying that those tickets were legitimate and they couldn't get through the turnstiles and it logged up everybody on the Liverpool side. Either way, fans and pepper spray. I mean, kids and people who are just coming to support their team getting pepper sprayed. Come on, man. We gotta find a better way to handle that situation. That's pretty awful.
Did you see the pictures from that scene? Like that was just an ugly scene all around. It was terrible. Absolutely
Terrible. Pepper sprays are, you know, if you have people trying to crash Congress, sure, I can understand pepper spray. This is a soccer match. Come on, you guys.
Single file line, all of you.
This is like a Super Bowl, and for you to spend whatever money they spent, which couldn't have been cheap, obviously, and not be able to attend. I mean, I understand a little bit of the frustration there, but yeah, I mean, that's a crazy. I saw the scene. I don't want to say live, but there was Twitter at my job. There was the TV was on, and they were showing a little bit of that, and it was. You couldn't tell. It looked like the fans were just trying to charge the stadium, but you didn't really know exactly what was going on. So that's pretty wild.
They also delayed the game. Shout Real Madrid who won. Aaron, what's your worst of the weekend?
So my worst of the weekend really spans, a couple weeks now, but it's culminated on Saturday, and that's the Carolina Hurricanes on the road. It's absolutely incredible how bad they are away from their own building. I mean, it's almost like, to me, and I know this sounds crazy because they will play 4 games at home, like, let's go Carolina in Game 7 because Tampa Bay is going to stomp all over them too, especially especially at Amalie. But I mean, all they got to do is win one away game inside Carolina. I mean, I don't know. The Rangers for me feel like a tough matchup for the Bolts.
My game 7 is tomorrow. My worst of the weekend is the Miami Heat fans. Oh, Lordy. The Heat fans with 3:30
Game 7 is
left.
tonight.
Huh? Is it really?
Game 7 is tonight. Yeah, 5:00.
Oh, wow. I knew that. So 3:30 left. Our team is coming back. Well, we're down by 13 or whatever. And wouldn't you know it, the fans of the FTX Arena start leaving again. In a game 7, you start leaving when it's not even 20, it's not 15, it's 13. Come on, man. Come on. Why? And then we came back with a chance to take the lead late, and you missed it. We didn't deserve to win that game. That was my worst of the weekend, is my own co-fans of Miami Heat.
They deserve better for sure. They made a great comeback in that game.
Amen. Best of the weekend, Sammy?
Another sport I don't generally watch but happened to catch live this weekend was the Indianapolis 500.
Wow.
And for me, the best of the weekend was Marcus Ericsson, because here's a guy with 5 laps to go, had the race we won. I mean, he needed to crash basically to lose. And what happened was Jimmy Johnson crashed, the guy who was in 24th place, created a restart of the final few laps of that race where Marcus Ericsson went from having a sure win to now barely being a favorite to win, if a favorite at all. And the way he handled it wasn't to get out of his car and stomp his feet and complain to the refs. It wasn't to get upset and get himself all out of place. Instead, he sat in his car, he devised a plan, and when the restart happened, he went out and won the race. And I was very happy to see it. He handled that wonderfully, and the competitiveness of that sport is what should transcend all sports, right? Instead of going to the officials and finding ways to complain about your bad luck, strap up your boots and do the work and win the race. And so kudos to him and his team. And I don't watch a lot of IndyCar race, but that was a pretty exciting ending. I actually really enjoyed.
Yeah, I think recently Ryan Blaney in the All-Star race actually had like a crash like 100 feet from the finish line, and he had to restart it and get it, and then his window net was down, so he had to put it back barely up. So it's kind of like a similar situation there. Just man up and do it, and they both did it. So great job for both of them. Aaron, best of the weekend.
So my best of the weekend is Sam Burns and the Colonial. It was an incredible day. Sam Burns is one of the early outs, as he's, I believe, 7 or 8 back to start the day of the leaders. Shoots a 65, a 5 under to get to 9 under. Sits in the clubhouse for 2 hours as the winds and the climate and everything just goes insane for the last guys. The rest of the pack ends up falling back to Sam Burns at 9 under, leaving Scotty Scheffler, who's the world number 1, who we all know is on fire right now. Almost took his 6th title in his last 9 starts. That's insane. But ended up forcing a playoff between Burns and Scheffler, and Burns comes back out after a 2-hour layoff and drains a 40-foot birdie putt to beat his best friend growing up, Scotty Scheffler, at the Colonial. Just a great scene for Sam Burns, who's also bursting on the scene. He's won 3 or 4 tournaments over the last 2 years as well. Another guy coming onto the scene here. So, a special tip of the cap and a kudos to Sam Burns for winning at the Colonial, beating up on the number 1 player in the world, who also just happens to be his childhood best friend.
I don't know if Sammy saw that putt, but that putt was pretty incredible because it has to curl at the very end. That was a pretty putt.
I did not see it live, but I did catch it on SportsCenter. That was pretty cool.
I saw this morning actually on Twitter. My best of the weekend, as we wrap it up here, go to amdrive.online for the best morning show merchandise at the lowest price. My best was actually Jimmy Johnson, and it was actually the pre-race because obviously he crashed at the end, and shame on him for that. Jimmy Johnson is a 7-time NASCAR Cup champion in an era where there was a lot of really good drivers like Jeff Gordon, Kyle Busch, and others. Jimmy Johnson dominated his sport. I think he won 5 or 6 in a row at one point. and then says, you know what, I'm retiring from NASCAR. Oh, well, good job, Jimmy. I'm going to IndyCar now. It's quite a transition for Jimmy Johnson, who, again, has dominated motorsports, at least at a big stage, and now saying, I guess I'm not just a turn left driver, although Indy 500 is an oval track. I used to not like Jimmy Johnson at all because he would take away so many championships from everybody else. But hey, great job for him racing the Indy 500. It's incredible.
He actually led a lap in that race at the end.
That's insane. It shouldn't even be allowed, but he shouldn't be allowed to be that good. There you go.
We talk about how much we love greatness, but now it shouldn't be allowed.
I'm
You like
saying.
LeBron, don't you? LeBron shouldn't be allowed by your logic.
That's different. That's different.
Of course it is. Same, but different, right?
Right. Hey, when we come back, we're talking about the Celtics who won Game 7. And also some hockey talk. I know these guys love hockey. We're back to the AM Drive on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. The AM Drive with Mike and Aaron might be the best morning show ever. If you love the show, shop the merchandise for $26 hoodies, $16 shirts, even $13 mugs. High quality swag for cheap because Mike and Aaron love the fans. The best morning show, the lowest price merch at amdrive.online.
This is Popple, the next generation business card. With just a tap, your Popple instantly shares your digital business card to both iPhone and Android devices. The best part? The other person doesn't need an app or a Popple to receive your info. To pop your info, tap your Popple to the top of an iPhone, the center of an Android, or just scan your in-app QR code. And just like that, all your info is saved to their phone. More connections, more leads, more sales. That's Popple. Download our free app and get your Popple today.
Aren't you the Vice Golf guy?
Yeah, you want an autograph?
Yeah. Actually, I was just wondering if the balls are any good.
The balls are amazing. You look like a Pro Plus guy.
I thought you'd never ask. It's actually better than my old ball.
And it's half the price.
Top performing golf ball, half the price. It's almost stealing.
Quit searching the globe and get your high-performing golf balls at vicegolf.com.
Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
If you want the best in sports merchandise with daily deals, you've got to go to mikeandaarondrive.com and do what, boys?
Click the F.
Amen. Click the F. I love hearing it. When you do so, you support the AM Drive tremendously. Just you right to the Fanatics website, and you have everything at your disposal right there from every league. But you must click the F to support the show. Today's daily deal is up to 65% off site-wide. But please go to mikeandaarondrive.com, click the Fanatics logo, help us help you support your team. And for that, we thank you. We'll work with Sammy on the fist bump. Good thumbs up, that's fair. Last night, the Celtics did beat the Heat in Game 7. And as the media was saying, they were the better team all series. And it was quite the series. I believe Sammy actually had Celtics in 7. So kudos to Sammy. Jason Tatum was named the Larry Bird Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and rightfully so. Great series, and I'll admit it. Although I'm sour about the Miami Heat, I think Boston's the way better matchup for Golden State. Their size and the way their guys with size play, that's what gave Golden State trouble against Memphis. So what do you got thoughts on that, Sammy?
I thought that Boston would be the tougher matchup for Golden State, and I did think Golden State would roll over Miami based on, like you said, size and matchups. But I do think it's going to be a good series. I think it can really come down to being a long series. I don't know that Steph can dominate quite as much against Marcus Smart.
Yep.
And I don't know that Tatum's going to have the easiest time against Draymond Green. So I'm actually looking at some dark horses for MVP in this situation because I don't know that the two stars are going to carry either of their teams in this series.
Aaron?
I mean, the thing I look at here is, and it may not matter in the grand scheme of things based on what I expect to happen here, but Boston just went through a knockdown, drag-out 7-game series. Steph and the boys, they did it in 5. They were able to get some days off, and to me, it seems like the advantage should have been to Golden State. But here's Boston's going to get 3 days off before this thing even kicks off. What is the point of this? I don't understand. Like, aren't you supposed to be rewarded for getting through your series quicker? Now Boston's going to get 72 hours off, almost 4 full days off before playing Golden State. Look, I understand we want the even matchup, but in terms of an advantage thing, I think Golden State just lost it all. I mean, I know that they're going to get home field advantage or home court advantage, but to me, this doesn't make any sense taking 3 days off. What's up with the NBA doing this? You guys would know better than I do.
I actually like that point. I think by that logic, it should have started like on a Wednesday and not Thursday because
even Wednesday I can get down on it.
No, I'm saying I think that's a good point because, like you said, you should be rewarded for beating a team in less games. Sure. If the other team has to take, I agree with that. That's a great point.
I mean, it's all about the TV, man. All about the money.
They don't want a series to start on Tuesday, I guess.
Yeah, they want the series to run so you get as many weekend games, primetime games. I mean, It's still a business, right? So, I mean, I don't knock the NBA for doing so. It does seem to be a little bit less rewarding for Golden State. But look, I said at the beginning of these playoffs that a well-rested Steph are the most dangerous 3 words you can hear if you're a team facing a Golden State. And so he'll be very well rested coming into this series, which definitely leads to them being the favorite. And they are the small favorite in the series.
You guys live in Vegas, right?
Yes.
So I have a question for both of you, being that you are more involved with the sports betting thing. It's kind of sports gambling, almost like when you see the lines with Vegas, sometimes you can almost predict who wins it because they know more than we do. Last night I said the Miami Heat of plus money is just free money unless Vegas just knows Celtics are going to control them. And look what happened. Celtics did control them. And apparently people that thought plus money was free money lost money. So in this series, Celtics are the better matchup. They are bigger. They're stronger. But then who's favored to win it, Sammy?
Golden State, not by a lot. And there's always a little bit of bias for the home team. There's always a little bit of bias for the better record. I mean, I don't know how these teams fared against each other in the regular season, but Vegas doesn't get it wrong too often. Their lines are pretty spot on. They have some pretty smart guys doing this work, trying to predict, what line will make people bet both sides and keep it competitive so that they get money both ways. But I think Golden State should be the small favorite in this series. I don't think they're very far off here.
Yeah, and I mean the when Vegas gets it wrong are the incredible ones, like Cleveland coming back 3-1 on Golden State, or the Giants beating the Patriots as a massive underdog. Like, they can't throw the Giants up there as a favorite because it's just everyone's going to bet the Patriots. Like, that's not. I mean, theoretically, you look at these. Yeah, you're right. Sammy's right. Vegas doesn't get it wrong too often. There's a reason that these casinos are built, and it's not on winners. But Vegas's main goal, and probably all these sports books now, as it's becoming so monumentally huge across the country, is getting equal action on both sides and just ripping the vig. That's the dream for Vegas sportsbooks, to watch a game and not have a liability. And they'll tell you flat out now. I mean, Nick Bogdanovich, the guy who runs William Hill, or at least the focal person who you believe runs William Hill, he tells you, like, well, I mean, you never know. He's the spokesperson, I guess. He's the guy I always hear from. He'll talk about it. He said, look, we got liability on the Celtics tonight. If the Celtics win, we take a bath today. But these baths are very shallow. I mean, they don't take massive losses unless it's things like the Vegas Golden Knights. If they had won the Stanley Cup, that would have been a massive bath for Vegas sportsbooks. The Giants again, and things like that. But those just happen every once in a while. But the sportsbooks recover.
Yeah, and they never get equal money. The sportsbooks are always going to have a liability one way or the other, and they will push you to the side they want to have a liability on. So if they think that, in this series Golden State's going to win, they're going to make Golden State a bigger favorite than someplace else hoping that you bet the other way. And if they're wrong, they'll lose, but they always have a side. They always have a prediction they think is going to happen. Their line always indicates which way they want you to bet.
Right.
I
And
know
if,
it's kind
if
of right.
Boston should be 150 like they are at some of the books, and they get you to bet them at 125, it's better for them.
Right.
Here's the thing I'll say. It's almost like the writing's on the wall at this point for Golden State. I mean, like,
I don't know.
I just feel like, why is Boston the underdog here? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, it's
they're barely an underdog.
They're barely an underdog, and it's probably home court at this point.
Yeah, I mean they're the road team, and they're within a price of reason. I think they're plus 125, which is barely a dog.
That's barely a dog.
They just won 3 road games against the Heat, though.
Yeah, well, maybe the Heat are overrated. Mike, did you ever contemplate
Whoa! We ain't doing all that today.
I mean, Boston was favored in the last 3 games of that series. 2 of
them were on the road.
Yeah,
it's true.
That's what I'm saying. So I just feel like Boston, to me, is the better team based on what I've seen with Golden State. And I'm scared of that plus money, though. I'm scared.
I mean,
Why would you be scared? You would, if you like the Celtics, bet them.
Yeah, you should definitely bet. There's always something to be said about having been there before. I mean, Golden State has all the guys who've won championships, right? And Boston's these young guys who've never really been there before. You can never 100% predict how well they're going to handle the pressure and how well they're going to handle the spotlight of this magnitude that they've never experienced. And Golden State's been there; they know what to expect.
Fair enough. If they Vettel hasn't made my prediction just yet on the AM drive. That's a good thing.
Well, you have till Thursday, theoretically.
That's right.
Yeah, we have plenty of time.
Right. Connor McDavid and Nathan McKinnon will start facing off tomorrow. I want to get you guys' thoughts on how big this is for hockey, that these guys are 2 of the possibly most skilled players we've seen in a long time facing off. Don't make your series predictions, obviously, but just tell me what you're thinking, Aaron.
I mean, so for me, this is probably a battle 5 years in the making, and I'm actually really just thankful that we're getting it when these guys are still in their prime. I mean, you talk about old boxing matchups, Mayweather, Pacquiao, Roy Jones, Mayweather, how they hyped them up for 10 years, and all of a sudden, finally, when we got them, these guys are past their prime. Like, I'm glad we're getting this still when these guys are in their late 20s at this point, and Connor's mid-20s. But, yeah, it's absolutely going to be a battle. I talked to our buddies over at World Hockey Report, and they think the Oilers have the huge edge in this series. And I'm just sitting here thinking, I mean, how many rounds have I said this now? The goaltending stinks in Edmonton. How can you consider that an advantage, even though Darcy Kemper's not playing out of his mind in Colorado here? But yes, obviously the big factor is going to be Connor McDavid versus Nathan McKinnon. They've both been excellent in the playoffs. But there's other guys on these teams. I mean, Evander Kane is playing out of his mind. Leon Draisaitl, obviously, my opinion, he's the second best player in the league past Nathan McKinnon. And then, of course, on the other side, you have Kadri, you have Landeskog, you have Rantanen. Like, there's so many stars in this matchup. But, yes, these two do headline it because they are faces of the NHL, and rightfully so. I am definitely looking forward to watching every showdown. And if we can get a knockdown, drag-out 7 game, I'm all here for it, for sure.
If you like hockey, this is a dream matchup, and I'm looking forward to watching every minute of it. Unfortunately, getting people who don't like hockey to watch hockey, I don't know that this is going to make them watch it, and that's so unfortunate because it's going to be extremely fun for people who don't even watch hockey to see these guys flying around the ice. I just wish more people would give it a try, and this is a great matchup for them to try it on. Here's to hoping. I don't know that. I promote hockey every day, it seems like, and I don't think we're getting any more viewers.
Well, the situation is, if you ask somebody who really doesn't pay attention to hockey, may know it on the surface level, and we know a guy that is that way. If you tell him it's McDavid versus McKinnon, and he watches the games, their input or their footprint on the game, game to game, might not be that big, like basketball, where Butler puts up 45 in a LeBron type win, or Jordan goes for 63 in the Garden, or LeBron goes for when he had to beat the Celtics. I mean, he went for 48 in the 2 victories. They can control a game because of the ability to score a basket in basketball is far more easier than to score a puck in hockey. But these two guys are actually making it look that easy, just like LeBron and Jordan and Jimmy Butler have been doing. And every time Connor McDavid touches the puck, you're just like, there's no stopping this guy. 2 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys, a goalie. He's money. It's insane. But you're right. I mean, it's going to be tough to enter the new fan. And maybe I'm get off my lawn for this, but screw it. The NHL does enough business. They've got enough fans right now and across the world, especially in Canada. Just worry about what you got. It's the same with baseball. Why are we trying to speed up a game or entertain people that have no interest in being entertained by baseball? Michael Carvelis is one of them. Like, why are we catering to Michael Carvelis when I'm totally fine with the way the baseball game is played right now? Same with hockey. You got a base. Here,
but when you die, you're going to need someone like me, is what I'm saying.
When I die and you'll be 10 years behind me?
Yes.
When I die, I don't care what happens to baseball.
Wow.
I mean, I think every business wants to generate new fans, and no business in any spectrum is saying, "Oh, we're happy with the fan base we have. We're not going to go attract new people." So
I understand that, but you have your product. You have your product, and people just don't like it. I mean, there's things that I just don't like. You can't. I'm sorry, Mike. You can't convince me to watch the WNBA. Sorry, just won't happen.
Shots fired just over and over in my heart over here.
Yeah, I don't really watch WNBA either. But I mean, I will, as a sports fan, and this weekend's a good example, I will check out any competitive action that is entertaining. I mean, I watched Indy 500. I could tell you nothing about IndyCar stock racing, but I checked it out. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I might check it out again. For whatever reason, people who are not hockey fans are just anti-hockey, and it's so difficult to get them to explain what about it they don't like. And then when they do, and you say, well, then check out this might stem the tide of what's bothering you about the sport, they still won't check it out. And this matchup is a perfect example of people who don't like the sport, don't understand the sport,
just never will
see the beauty in it, can probably see some beauty in the series and still won't check it out. And that's unfortunate for them and for the sport, because the sport's better. It's great.
Question for you guys now. Is the reason that you believe people don't check it out is because they didn't grow up playing this sport? Now, I know you didn't grow up playing. Now, you're a kind of a unicorn, Sam, but, people like we all watch the football, we all watch the baseball, the basketball, because those are the youth sports you play in majority of the places in America. But hockey didn't exist when I was a kid down in Florida, as big as it is. Obviously the Lightning and the Panthers existed, but youth hockey, like look how much youth hockey's blossomed here in Vegas. Same thing. I mean, that didn't exist before the Vegas Golden Knights. We're talking 5 years, and it just wasn't a thing.
I do think that has something to do with it. I think that, and I know this is going to sound terrible, people can't pronounce all the players' names. I think that's a problem. I think they can't recognize their faces. They're foreign. They're foreign people, and people are, America, every day. I don't know if that's the reason, but when you talk to some folks, they make fun of hockey because they don't understand the dynamics of it. It's complicated. It has different rules, and it's not familiar. And all of those reasons, any one of them and all of them combined are reasons people don't watch. But it's really too bad. They should give it more of a chance.
The good thing for hockey is they've got a hat that sits on top of the United States that all they think about is hockey. And that's Canada.
But if you like competitive sports, there's been nothing better than the hockey playoffs. As good as the NFL playoffs were last year. Competitive games, exciting games, every game coming down to the end, game sevens. I mean, if you like competitive sports, this is where you should be viewing.
We've got to move on to game 7. Who wins tonight?
I'm going with the home team. Carolina has been the best home team in all of sports, it seems like. They haven't lost yet, and they can't win on the road. The Rangers have played real well, but I'm going with Carolina.
I'm going with the Rangers.
No, Carolina wins, sets up.
That's because Aaron wants the Lightning to win it. We're not doing that. You said
I think the Lightning can beat. I think the Lightning can beat the Rangers too. I'm scared. I was more scared of Toronto than anybody. So I mean, we got through that.
No, you're good. Toronto's not your biggest fish right now.
I told you guys if they get through Toronto, if they were running to the Eastern Conference Finals, did I not call that? I mean, like whoever they played in the second, they're in the conference final. Whoever they played in the second round, they were going to wipe I didn't think a sweep, but damn.
Oh, Lord have mercy. And we gotta get him off the show. Okay, you guys have a good one. I will hold it down for the next part. Next time I'm talking lacrosse and if the Pro Bowl is fixable. It's a topic that keeps on going and going and going and going. You guys have a good one.
Well, I want to shout out to Andy Lindahl and Steve Bermel. Congratulations on your team's meeting in the NLL finals, and I know you'll touch on that, Mike. So just wanted to give a tip of the cap to those guys, and of course, Andrew McBride, assistant coach of the Colorado Mammoth, who we had on the show. So shout out to those three guys as well. So enjoy the rest of the show, Mike, and we'll see you. I'll see you when I see you guys.
Bye, Sammy. Bye, Aaron.
Thanks, you guys.
The AM Drive with Mike and Aaron might be the best morning show ever. If you love the show, shop the merchandise for $26 hoodies, $16 shirts, even $13 mugs. High quality swag for cheap because Mike and Aaron love the fans. The best morning show, the lowest price merch at amdrive.online.
This is Popple, the next generation business card. With just a tap, your Popple instantly shares your digital business card to both iPhone and Android devices. The best part? The other person doesn't need an app or a Popple to receive your info. To pop your info, tap your Popple to the top of an iPhone, the center of an Android, or just scan your in-app QR code. And just like that, all your info is saved to their phone. More connections, more leads, more sales. That's Popple. Download our free app and get your Popple today.
Aren't you the Vice Golf guy?
Yeah, you want an autograph?
Yeah. Actually, I was just wondering if the balls are any good.
The balls are amazing. You look like a Pro Plus guy.
I thought you'd never ask. It's actually better than my old ball.
And it's half the price.
Top performing golf ball, half the price. It's almost stealing.
Quit searching the globe and get your high-performing golf balls at vicegolf.com.
Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
It is Monday, May the 30th, 2022, here on the AM Drive. I want to once again thank Sammy and a surprise reappearance of Aaron Crouch for joining the show today. Remember, shop every league at MikeandAaronDrive.com. Click the Fanatics logo, and today's deal is up to 65% off site-wide, not just clearance, the entire site. So check it out, and you won't want to miss it. The Colorado Mammoth rallied from like 4 or 5 goals down on the road in San Diego to beat the Seals 15-13 and move on to the NLL Finals, where they will meet the Buffalo Bandits. What's interesting about this game is Game 1, the Mammoth won on the road in San Diego. They stole Game 1. Game 2, San Diego beats them. Game 3, San Diego's leading. So you're thinking there's no way Colorado has enough emotional wherewithal to come back, and they do it anyways. Fantastic job by Colorado. Listen to these stats, guys. How about 5 goals and 7 assists from Eli McLaughlin? That's a 12-point game by one man. Terrific job by him. He was phenomenal. That dude's a special lacrosse player. Connor Robinson, who had 0 points in the last game in Game 2, 3 goals, 5 assists for an 8-piece in game number 3. Just heroic performances by them. And of course, you got Dylan Ward, the goalie, who was fantastic from start to finish once again. Colorado Mammoth, who Dan Ladouceur said would win the finals, did that in Game 3, and now they're going to play the Buffalo Bandits. To me, all year long, I felt like the Seals were the best team besides the Bandits, and the Steelers just could not get it done in the West Finals, so it's Colorado. This will be a very interesting series. I will not pick it just yet, but I'm going to give a shout out to the National Lacrosse League for once again another amazing show of lacrosse, and shout out to the Colorado Mammoth, who are not yet extinct. Next up, let's get to this. The NFL Pro Bowl. Is it possible to fix it? To that I say, each person has a different opinion. And because there are so much opinions and so much flaws with every single one of them, we should just get rid of it. If these players are so hell-bent on their money, if they are so hell-bent that they might tear an ACL, then get rid of it and show them what it's like to have a Pro Bowl. Seriously. It is very frustrating to see these guys cannot tackle just enough. They have to hit somebody as hard as they can. Man, come on. They always like, oh, we're going to get injured. I want to make millions of dollars. Man, screw it. You don't want it, get rid of it. There's no fixing it. Flag football's too boring. There's just other things I've heard. I like the flag football aspect. I think it'd be a fun thing. But no, we don't want all that. Then screw it. Get rid of it. The best catch competition is really going to be stupid after a while. There's only so many things you can do with the catch competition. The Pro Bowl is over. It's done. There's no fixing it. They might try to tweak it sometime in the next couple years. I might look stupid for a little bit, but no one cares anymore. The players don't care. Why should I? It's not fixable. It's pathetic that it's not fixable. That's up to them, man. It's not up to me anymore. These fans have brought out some great ideas. There's always something a little bit wrong. Oh, well, this is this. I mean, screw you guys. We don't even want to watch it no more. Forget all of you. Forget you all. Maybe just have the award ceremony at the Pro Bowl. That's all I care about. Play some catch with the stars of the NFL. So stupid. Hey, guys, we had a fun show today. I'm exhausted this morning. I played basketball for the first time since before COVID yesterday. I was so sore when I got home late last night. I'm tired now. I'm yawning. I hope I don't make you guys yawn by doing that. But thanks so much for tuning into the AM Drive. It's always fun doing this show with no matter who I do it with, myself or whatever. But go to MikeandAaronDrive.com to click our good sponsors and check out our YouTube channel once again. Search AM Drive with Mike and Aaron. Tomorrow's Top 5 Tuesday. You won't want to miss that one. It's Top 5 in baseball, and we'll have another special Top 5 as well. For Aaron Crouch, the regular co-host, Mr. Sammy Action, I am Michael Carvella saying I hope you guys have a good one. See you guys tomorrow, and drive safe, won't you? Bye.